Yo, 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 guys. How's it going? Welcome. Welcome back to another stream. How's it going? Hope everyone's having a good day. We've got... How many people tuning in right now? We've got 20 in the chat already. Welcome. Like I say, if you're just tuning in, let's see who's here. Drop a hi. And yeah. Welcome to the stream, guys. Welcome. Let me delete all these drawings because I've just uploaded a market update for the members. Just uploaded a market update for the members, so I need to delete all this. Yo, Naz, how's it going? McDeegs is here. Welcome, mate. Lee's here. Nate, welcome. Paul and Eaters. Everyone's here. Welcome, man. Wanted the half risk sell. Yeah, me too. I were looking at sells here too, but it just instantly pushed down. It was impossible to even catch a trade. I think today's been quite hard work to catch positions, even though there's been potential entries. It's been quite hard work to actually catch anything. So I'm really just going to be watching NASDAQ here. I'm going to be watching this hourly close on NASDAQ for some potential longs. If we can get a closure on NASDAQ above here, I'm going to be looking for the longs. Especially on like the 30. If the 30 and hourly can get above this level, I'm going to look to take out these sort of highs here. This will be my first target on NASDAQ. But I need that strong closure. And I'm going to let this run with a bit of room as well. I'm probably going to use small risk and have my stop down here or something. Yo, Brandon's here. How's it going, Brandon, mate? Yeah, Nate, welcome, bro. What's up, Michael? How are you, mate? Welcome. Yeah, welcome back to today's stream, guys. It's looking a lot better than yesterday, I'll tell you that. You can see that the ranges are a lot better on both gold and NAS. I'm just going to let NASDAQ close here with you. I'm going to focus on NASDAQ here because this is where I could be taking a position quite soon. So I'm just going to get my chart ready. MNQ. And yeah, I'm just going to use small risk if I can get an entry. If it closes strong. I really need this hourly to close kind of my bullish above this level. I've got 3 minutes. It could, it couldn't. I don't know. Let's see. Let's have a look. I just started the evaluation process for a 100k funded Top Step account. Just out of curiosity, there is no time limit. No, there's not. You basically pay monthly until you pass. I can take my first trade whenever I want. There might be an inactivity. There might be an inactivity rule, but I don't think it's like a week or two. I think it's like a month, maybe a month. But I don't think like without placing a trade for a month, maybe, but I don't think there's like an inactivity rule of like less than a week. Like that'd be crazy. I was done for the 7 o'clock. I don't see gold doing anything now. Really? What did you take at 7? Did you take this push down here, mate? If I was trading Asia, I would have been done for the week as well. I'd have been done for the week. This half risk entry here in Asia was super clean. Look at that. 340 tick. Like almost a 400 tick push on the half risk entry, guys. Beautiful. That is the guys who trade Asia in the community. They watch this play out. Like there's 4 or 5 members in the community. No, probably more. Probably like 5 to 10 members who actually trade Asia, and they caught this push down, which is insane. Yeah, insane. Yo, Zulu's here. Welcome. Yeah, Deegs. Beautiful trade, mate. Beautiful trade. That's it. That's all you need for the day. That's your week done. You know, if you like travel trade, like when I travel traded and I was trading in Thailand, if I caught like this 200 ticks and I were requesting payouts on Wednesday, I'd be done for the week. I'd be back Monday. I'd have my payouts coming in on Friday, so I wouldn't need to trade for the 2 days. That's ultimate freedom. And I'd just go out and do stuff like 3 or 4 days. That for me is ultimate freedom. I got on at 6:15. Nice. Nice. Beautiful. So yeah, let's have a look how NASDAQ's closing. Is NASDAQ going to get above or not? See, NASDAQ's not closing above here. I can't really take it until it closes above. If this 30 somehow gets above in like 30 seconds, I'm done. I'll get in. But I need it to get above this level. Ugh. But yeah, that gold trade was Super clean. I sometimes do. It depends if I can stay up for the wake up early. Yeah, definitely. If you can trade Asia, like if you trade nights, if you trade nights, or if you are in Asia, like some of the members who, they're not actually from Asia, they don't like live there permanently, but they trade and travel around Asia. A few of the members did that, or are doing that now. Well, you can trade the Asia session. I personally don't. I just trade London and US at the moment because I'm in the UK. But it depends on your schedule. Like if you work nights, then yeah, trade it. If not, then don't. But this was the move in Asia for sure. Oh, did we get above? Not really. Not really. See, I might because it's like even if your level was here, you've got valid half risk entries. I might take a little risky stab at buys. It has closed above my level. It has closed above my level, only just. But if it continues to push here, I might just try a little half risk buy, just to warm up for the week. Maybe like not much, like 3 micros or something. Yeah, I'm gonna try 3 micros here, just to start the week. Yeah, I'm in this now. Just to start the week off. Look, I'm only risking like $50 or something. If it wants to continue down, it can do. But I want to see if this can get some push higher. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna reduce risk to the low now, like $50. This could chop me out, guys. This is a risky entry, but I'm gonna see if I can take one off at them highs. Wants to push. Yeah, like this is a risky entry within here, guys. So like I said, I don't know what Naz is gonna do here, but this is risky. I'm just like preempting this push higher. This could take me out for sure, but we'll see. But like I say, look at that, $50 risk is now literally nothing. Gold. Let's have a look at gold. Yeah, gold's just ranging. Gold's just ranging. I only like buys on gold. I only like buys on gold above this level. Okay? I only like buys on gold above this level. Yeah, so for me, if gold breaks back above here, then I'd be interested in buys today. If anything, I'm looking for the sells to continue down. I think if this breaks its own high, it's going to push higher. That's why I've got a limit sell there. Just to take a little partial. Right there. First TP's hit on the wick fill. I'm just going to go break even. So basically, this is running break even now. If it wants to push, it can push. I'm actually going to put this right on break even. So I'll be like break even on the trade. That, like I say, this is a risky entry, guys, so I'm managing it quite aggressively. I'm managing it quite aggressively because it is a risky entry, but really TP for me are these highs up here if it wants to push, basically. So the entry for me is there, and this is just running break even now. Not bad. This is the first trade of the week for me as well. This is my first trade this week. So we'll see. The reason I've taken one off is just so if this hits break even now, it actually is a break even. Because sometimes you get like taken out for like negative like $3 or $4, whatever it is. So I just put an extra contract on and then took it off quite early. But yeah, like I said, I'm only using small risk on this account for this trade because I think this hourly can come and take all this trend line out. That was the main thought process. We closed above the range. We closed above the range, but not super strong. So really, it was like a half risk within the range trade for it to continue higher. So yeah, if this is gonna push, it's gonna push quite, and it is pushing a little bit, not crazy, like 10 ticks or something, but we'll see. We'll see if the volume's there. Normally, I wouldn't go break even this early. I just don't like the level we're at here. This level here is big. And we could easily reject that and push down. Like, if this level was down here, well, my stop loss would be lower. But it looks like, yeah, it's taking me out there, $5. All I'm going to wait for now, really, is probably the 30 to close. If the 30 closes, then I'll take more longs on NASDAQ. Really, I would like a strong close above this. Okay, really, I'd want a strong close above here. Does the limit sell take you out? Yeah, limit sell is just for partials, basically. Like I said, guys, the reason I didn't really say I was entering this position in front of everyone, well, you saw me enter it, but I weren't like saying, oh, I'm putting a buy stop here, is because it was quite risky at this level. Like I said, I don't want to be people full margin at this. It's crazy to full margin here. Oh, the break even button. Yeah, you could do. Yeah. I keep these out of the way, though. I keep these out of the way. Yeah. But if this, like I say, if this 30 gets above here now, then that's perfect. I'll take some longs on the next. I would just like trying to preempt to kind of push. This was just an impulse entry. This was just an impulse entry at a level, though. Wasn't the strongest clause. But I think it will still push higher. Yeah, this was just a 30-minute impulse. Got me break even, but I don't even know how many ticks it pushed, to be honest. Like 15, 20 ticks or something. I need a PC rather than a laptop, I guess. Yeah, I'm on a PC now. Yeah, I'm on a PC now. Yeah, look at NASDAQ now, the bugger. Look at NASDAQ now, the bugger. Yeah, I thought this were going to push, but we'll see. We will see. To be fair, it did go and make a new low, so it probably would have hit my stop. But really, I wanted something like this. A bigger wick, and then I would have probably not gone break even too easy. But that's the overall TP for me. These highs, I think these highs are going to get taken. What am Ashton, how's it going, mate? What are my thoughts on crude? I don't really trade crude, but we can have a look at it. WTI. WTI, we'll just look at this chart here. Wow. Doing nothing, mate. Yeah, sideways. If I were trading crude, I'd just wait for a breakout of this range. I trade every market the same. Even like crypto. I'd just wait for a breakout of this range. Break above, you probably have a push higher. Break below, closure below, probably push lower. What is NASDAQ? Yeah, NASDAQ is pushing now. If you held it, if you held the trade that I took with you, you're up like 10, 15, 12, 20 ticks almost on one contract. This is just a breakout, but not the strongest breakout. And I liked it a bit stronger. I'm just going to take the next 30 if it closes bullish. Yeah, if the next 30 closes bullish, I'll take longs then. And that's the thing. Normally, the way I would manage this trade, normally, is I'd obviously have my closure. If the wick would have been a little bit bigger, I'd have had my stop down here, and I'd only go break even, probably at my first management point, like up here. But because it was such a small wick, and, you know, the volume wasn't really there, it was a good area to go break even, especially not closing super strong, and wick fill in the 30. You know, we wick filled this 30 level here. That was why I went break even. So this could just been a liquidity grab to then continue down, which it did come and hit me break even, and now it's pushing again. So going break even at this liquidity high is a good break even level. Okay, you've taken the liquidity. This could potentially reverse. You take partials, so what? All good. But like I said, this is across 4 accounts. 1, 2, 3, 4 accounts. So this is like $20 in total. It's not crazy, but it adds up. Yeah, this would have been running a lot nicer, like $100 up now. But not a bad break even. I went break even at my first management point, which I have to go break even at, and it was this wick fill. It has taken me out at break even, but I followed the plan, and it is what it is. If it pushes, I'll just get the next candle. Simple as that. Simple as that. Yeah, guys, let's see who's here. If you got any questions, let me know. Let me know. Let's yeah, if you look at the minute chart, minute flipped me in here. That's where I got in. Pushed up. Hit the first management area. Look, hit the first management area. And then reversed and hit break even. And now reversing higher. I've managed the trade exactly how I'd manage every single position. I take partials and go break... Well, I go break even at least at my first management point. If it wants to continue pushing higher, it can do. Okay? So, but at my first management point is these highs, which is liquidity, which could potentially reverse. That's why I've gone break even where I have. Like I say, I'm not saying this is a win. This is not a win. This is a break even trade. Look, $5. It's absolutely nothing. News in 30. Yeah, we have. We've got news as well today, guys. We have got news. It's only CAD news. It is only CAD news, Michael. It probably won't move the market too much, but yeah, we have got news in 20 minutes, and then we've got some news at 3 p.m. too. Yeah, we've got USD news. We've got USD news at 3 o'clock UK time. This 15-minute candle on NAS is a big candle, because if we actually reject on the 15 or 30 and close bearish, I'm taking sells. So it all depends how we close here. It all depends how we close. Did you take the trade, Joe? Yeah, I did. I took the 30, but I got break even. Like I say, I'll break down the trade I've just taken with everyone. You can reverse back 20 minutes if you want. But I said if we get back above this level here, I'm going to be looking for longs. And this candle here closed above. I got in long, and as soon as it came into this high, I went break even. It was a very, very low risk trade, and it hit me break even. But I had to manage based on what the market were telling me. It came into these highs. That's where I'm managing. I managed here, and it came and hit break even. So all I'm going to be waiting for now is this 30-15 closure, because I could get some shorts in a bit. I could reverse this to shorts. Playing within this range here. Yeah, playing within this range here. We'll probably get one next. Yeah, we will. I think Trump's going to the NATO summit. I think he's on the way to the NATO summit now. So I don't know if, like I say, Trump doesn't listen to anyone. Like, nobody read what he were going to do. It's crazy. Like, nobody in NATO, not even like people who just had meetings with him. Like, none of them people read exactly what he were going to do. And that just goes to show that what anybody else says is irrelevant in the world right now. Like anybody can say anything, but nobody read what he were gonna do. So yeah, 15 closes bearish. I'm gonna look for some half risk sells. Depends how it closes. Let's have a look at Goldie really quick. Yeah, Gold's just, look at that, horrible. Look at these bodies, guys. Look at these bodies here. Small body, big wick. Small body, big wick. Small body, big wick. Instantly pushed down. I'm not watching gold now. I ain't watching gold here. I've got my eyes on NASDAQ. Let's just focus on NASDAQ, guys. Hey, how's it going, Najir, mate? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, focusing on NAS mainly. Gold. Look at the price action. Look, ready for this? Weak close to the weak bearish close, weak bearish close, weak bearish close, and then instantly this big push to the downside. Like, you can't trade that. This is just untradeable. Untradeable price action. The only thing you really could have got was some half risk sells here. But there was no wick to actually sell on. It's been quite difficult today, but there's been no entries for me just yet. I'm going to be watching NASDAQ here for some sells potentially. I don't really want to sell with this trendline liquidity being here and all, but if the half risk's there, I'll take it for a little push down. But yeah, only one trade so far for me this week, and it was just then with everyone. Even better if we close below here. Even better if we close below this structure, because then we've got all these lows to, well, I've got all these lows to take out on Nasdaq. So some great targets here. It all depends on where I close. Yeah, what is this? 15 on Nas has just closed now. Let's have a look. Yeah, 15 just closed. Nice. There is a bit of a level here. I mean, it is valid for half risk. It is valid for half risk. Swept the highs, closed bearish. Let me just let this candle play out a little bit. I'm not executing just yet. Let this new candle do its thing. I don't really want to get trapped in this range super early. I just want this candle to play out a little bit. But I would like to take some sells on this. I would like to take some sells down. Fill this range. Take partials down here. Yeah, the overall idea for sells is I'm looking for some sells, basically. Stops will go on these highs, looking for the play down, just to fill this range with this volume that's come into the market. Not yet, though. I can't execute. Like I said, it did give you a minute and so, but just a bit wary of this level here. And I also don't like that this candle that's closed hasn't really given any sort of wick, which tells me that there's not much range to push down much further. No trades for me yesterday, mate. I was quite busy trying to sort an office space out. Yeah, I was busy with that yesterday, to be honest. Sorting an office space out near me. But I did trade. I traded live on YouTube. I traded live on TikTok. Were there valid entries yesterday? Yeah, there were quite a lot. There were quite many entries yesterday, but I just couldn't take any. When they were happening, I were either busy with a call or or on calls with the office space. Yes, this is pushing down. Did you get any trades yesterday, bro? Did you get anything? Yeah, the more confirmed move for me on Nasdaq would be below this range. You know, strong closes below this range, then I can take sells. Targets will be these lows here. Yeah, they're my targets for Nasdaq. Cheers for likes, guys. Cheers for likes. I don't know what this news is gonna do, but we'll see. I hope it got a sort of gold out. This price action on gold has been a bit shocking. Small win, $188. Nice, that's good. That's a good win, man. That's a good win. Are you trading Top Step? Are you trading other prop firms. If you haven't grabbed yourself a top 1 account yet, guys, top 1 futures account, the 55%, yeah, the 55% code is still working. So if you want 55% off a futures prop firm, then go for it. $30 is, yeah, 30 could be nice here. If 30 closes bearish, I'm interested in some sells on NAS. This could be a decent push here on the hourly. I want top step combined at the minute. Nice, nice. Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't think, after these 5 expresses, I don't think I'll really trade combines anymore. Just because I like the instant accounts. I like the instant with top 1. Quite, like, I think it's really good. I like the whole... I like the rules, and I like how cheap they are with the code. Obviously, if they went to full price, then it'd be a bit different, but for like 150k account for like around £230, it's a good deal. Gold moving mad. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah. Yeah, gold would be decent buys for me. Back above maybe here. If it creates that support. Like I say, it's a bit tough right now on gold because it's in the middle of nowhere. It's come down, taken this liquidity to the left. But, like, what does it want to do? Like, there's no... Like, just instantly push down, look. Look here, the hourly, they instantly push down. No entry potential, no way to get an entry. But I would be interested in some buys if it, like, some half risk buys maybe. Maybe if this 30 closes bullish, then yeah. This 30 closes bullish, rejecting this level, half risk buys are valid for me. And then I'll take half risk buys into these highs here. Gold moving mad, yeah. I'm going to wait for this 30 to close. Bullish 30 closure, I'm going to be looking for some longs. Yo, and I like your plan using as many prop firms as possible. That will be my goal in the end. Yeah, nice. At one time, yeah, nice. It definitely is the goal for most people. Just getting like 3 or 4 different prop firms. Trading all max funded. You know, one day trade one day trade the other, and then get payouts, multiple payouts. Yeah, definitely. But for this stream, I'm only using these 5 expresses for today, anyway. Ooh. So, 30-minute closure here. I'm going to be looking for the buys. Mm-mm-mm. 50-minute fake out buys. Yeah, I was looking at that. Today. Guys. Why was the market? There was no reason other than the war news. What was the other news that why were we expecting the market to be so volatile on open? That was the main question I had. Why was it so volatile on open today? And I was looking online, and basically it was to do with the... Basically, especially on gold, if we look at gold this morning, If we look at market open on Monday, wherever we are, one sec, Monday, Tuesday, here, look. Monday open, going into Tuesday. Why was it so volatile? Because, well, on NASDAQ especially, why was it so, like, if you look at the market open here, which was Sunday market open, let me show you. Here, we had a gap, and that was just because of the weekend news. But why was it so volatile here on this market open? It was because if you look at gold, gold was priced in for the war to ease tensions, which put money back into safe havens like, well, basically putting money back into US stocks, which is like safe havens, if that makes sense. Okay, so that is the main reason for that. And like I said, that was just like, all that were is just a little research to understand why is price pushing up on market open. People are taking money out of safe havens when the war news, you know, and putting it into safe havens when there's war news, and when there isn't, they're putting it into stocks. And that is literally why we saw this big spike up. If that makes sense. Da-da-da. 50-minute fake out buys, yeah, potentially. Because to be honest with you, I didn't really expect, if we look at the hourly on NASDAQ, I didn't really expect a huge push up market open like this, like we did. You know, Monday market closure, huge spike up. I didn't really expect that. But we did see it, so I didn't really know the reason for the spike up other than people taking money out of gold like we saw here because of the war. That's why we saw the gap here too. You can see the gap that we're seeing in the push down. So yeah, there's, like I said, there's multiple reasons for it, but that was the main reason that I found this when I was looking into it this morning. Dun-dun-dun. 50-minute fake out buys. Let's have a look. The only fake out buys I can really trade are the hourly or the 30-minute. Yeah, hourly / 30-minute, Matt. Yeah, hourly. If the hourly or 30 closes bullish, then yeah. But other than that, I can't really trade it. If there's any liquidity to the downside, but gold is just, there's not much happening on gold. It's mainly just NASDAQ for me. All right, mainly just NASDAQ that I'll be looking to take if I take a trade today on anything. Has anybody taken anything on NASDAQ? This 30 was a decent, 15 was a decent entry. I'm waiting for this 30 for potential sells though. I'm waiting for some potential sells here on the 30. This could be nice. McDeegs, how is the combine going, mate? How is that combine going? I forgot to ask. How's it going? Are you up, down, break even? How's it going? If you don't want to say, all good. Bam, bam. See, look at that, instantly pushed down, 30-minute. That's the news for you. Do you have like a max risk amount on trades? And if so, why would they be, what would they be on a 50 and 100k? So yeah, I do. I have a max risk, like on a 50 or on a 50k, I use like 1 to 2 contracts. And then like on a 100k, I use like 2 to 3. So like these accounts here, I use like normally like 1 to 2 contracts. If I'm using micros, then it's obviously a little bit less. More, but less risk. All right. A bit of volume. This is what we wanted on NASDAQ. A bit of volume. Started last Thursday, maybe up around 700. Nice. Good work, bro. Great work. Yeah, if this 15 closes bullish, I'll be looking for longs. Yeah, 15 closes bullish, I'll be looking for longs. Rejecting the level here, sweeping liquidity. Could get some nice longs here. How do you find Top Step, guys? Anybody who else use Top Step here? What prop firms do people use? Put it in the chat. Top Step, Top One. Ashton, have you taken anything today, bro? Gold moving mad. Just send that comment. Have you traded this week? If you're still here, sorry, I didn't see your comment until now. There's a couple of ways we can take this. I can take this trade. I'm going to be looking for sells below this. If we reject and close bullish, I'll be looking for buys. Got a 50k with Top Step still, Michael. Nice, nice. Andy, 250ks with Top Step and 2 100ks with Top One. Nice. Good stuff, Andy, man. Yeah, just started a 50k combine. And have a 300k. Jeez, Phil. What a big account that is. Is that 300k linked or 300k on one account? That's crazy. I've not seen a 300k account before. Yeah, just got my 100k Top Step today. Just started on the evaluation. Eaters, I wish you all the best, bro. Top One. Nice. Nice. My first one trying to pass it. Michael, how's it going? How's it going, your first one? And you with Top One, crushing it. Yeah, nice. Good. Not taking nothing today, bro, but sit back yesterday and relook at things. Good. And not sure if I want to go full-time trading. Like, how is the right idea? Ashton, if you've dropped me a message, I'll reply to you. I haven't checked DMs yet today, but I'll go through DMs after the live, okay, mate? But if you have dropped me a DM, I will get back to you. Nice, yeah, good. One account. Wow. One 300k account, that's mad. It's a huge account. Good stuff though, man. Good stuff. If you can get that past, you're laughing. Anton, is Top One good? Yeah, I think Top One are great. They paid out 9 million. They paid out 9 million to traders in a matter of months. Yeah, 9 million plus in payout. So they paid over 9 million, which is crazy. Guys, let me put the link in. One sec. You can check them out yourself. But they're great. They pay very quickly as well. I think it's in like a couple of hours you get paid out. Right, I've just pinned the message as well. I've just pinned the message for top one. You get 55% off with JTC code. Okay, so you can get your accounts there. Yep, it is. Blue Inox, I've heard of them. Not used them, though. Decent, only sitting around 100 profit. Was on a lot more, but lost doing stupid things. I've learned from it. Yeah, Michael Allgood, if you learn from it, that's it, man. Learn from the mistakes, bro, and just move on to the next trade. I quit futures trading completely. Why, bro? Why'd you quit? The amount of times where I said, "Oh, I'm quitting this," and then I just didn't. I just got back onto it, and then the rest succeeded. You know. Yeah, I'll message you later on after live. Sweet, Ashton, man. McDeegs, that's what I mean, mate. That's why I've got 350Ks. Because with top one, I'm paying £250. I'm paying 250 quid for the 150k evaluation instant and being instantly funded. With Top Step, I have to pay like 150 activation fee, and then I have to pay the fee to pass, which you could fail a couple of times. So you're missing all that mess about and just getting instantly funded. But you're right. You're definitely right, Deegs. One of the top one I picked using your code. Yeah, nice, Andy. That's what it's there for, bro. If you can utilize the code and get 55% off, I'm happy for you to do that. It's all good. Like I say, 55% off, like $800 is like $350. It is. Yeah, gold's melting. I'm now sticking to slow passive income on stocks. Yeah, but DK, you need to look at yourself as well, mate. You need to say to yourself, okay, is it me? Is it actually this that doesn't work? Or is it me? So it doesn't matter what you're trading, even if you're trading stocks. If you're too itchy to enter a stock, well, it's not gonna go your way. It doesn't matter what you're trading. It's your tendencies and what are making you fail as a trader. Okay? Yo, how's it going, game mate? I've come so close to quitting lots of time, but there's always been the niggle in my head that knows it'll work. Yeah, 100%, bro. Deegs, where are you from, mate? If you don't mind me asking, where are you based? Yeah, I used your code. Nice one, Nate. Did you get an account today? Nice one. Or did you get an account before? Nice one, bro. Wanted the 5-minute entry, no top wick on the 5, did you? Did you mean the 5-minute? Oh, 5-minute here. Ah, okay, yeah. I'm waiting for this 15 to close for some longs. I'll be taking some longs on this next 15 close. Obviously, I'll manage at this level. Look for a play higher. Want to see how gold charts looking at big support? Yeah, it is. Coming into a big level. I'm not interested in gold. I'm only interested in NAS. Gold's not interesting me at all here. Like, what are we at? 30 closure. Yeah, 30 is not bad. You've got targets down here. 30 is not bad, but still, again, just no wick. No wick to enter on. I'm focusing on NASDAQ. This closure on NAS, either the 30 or 15 closure above, I'll be looking for longs. So I think NASDAQ could give an entry, because the targets are the same for me up here. I'm going to be looking for these highs to get taken. Lancashire, McDeegs, Ormskirk, you're near me, mate. I'm about... How far am I away? Let me check. I'm 40 minutes away from you. 40 minutes. 40. Yeah, 5-minute on gold, 330 candle. Yeah, that, to be fair, it was the 30-minute flip as well. but there was just no candle to short down. Look, that's the problem with gold today. There's just been a lack of wicks, look. Lack of wick, lack of wick, a lack of wick. There's been no entry wicks down here, so it's one of them. So I'm just going to stick to NASDAQ. Let NASDAQ close above and then I'll take some longs. I'm happy to take longs into them highs. Last week, nice, nice. Especially the instant ones. Yeah, but yeah, like I say, man, if you... It depends. If you're trading and gambling, you're going to... Like, I've only had these instant sims. I've not had any other instant sims than the ones that I bought. Do you know what I mean? Like, these Top Step accounts, I've had these for months. Because I've just been trading them to the plan. Like, there's one thing trading them, and there's another thing gambling them. If you gamble in them, well, yeah, you're going to spend all that money on challenges. And I used to gamble challenges too. I used to buy one and gamble it to try and pass it on the same day. It doesn't work. Okay. Any prop firm you recommend? Yeah, the one that I've pinned, mate. I pinned one, 55% off JTC. Use that code, you'll get the discount. But I understand that. If you don't want to waste money on prop firms, that's fine. But there's one thing, you know, trading prop firms as a business with a profitable plan that works long term. And there's another thing, gambling prop firms. What do prop firms love? They love gamblers. They love people who haven't got a strategy, who are just trying to full risk buys, for example, on news. They love that because people fail and they make money. What prop firms don't like are people who've got a plan and people who are consistent because they get paid out. Okay? You need to understand. Use them as a business, not as a gamble. You're not at the casino, really. Do you also trade crypto? Yeah, long-term hold crypto, mate. Like, I've got these at the moment. These are my long-term holds. Not in the best place, but not down huge. Maybe around break-even. Yeah, I'm around break-even on these investments. Because I bought and sold at different prices. I'm around break-even. But nothing crazy just yet. I'm just waiting. I'll get out when the time's right. Yeah, if we don't get above on the 15, I'm going to be looking for the 30 closure above. 30 closes above, I'll be looking for buys. Closes below, I'll be looking for sells. Alright guys, if you haven't already, can we drop a like on the stream? Can we smash 20 likes? We're at currently 18. If you could, I appreciate if you can drop a little like on the stream. It does help and it does mean a lot. Dun, dun, dun. 30 closure above would be nice. 15. If the 15 closes bullish, I could be on for some half risk sells, but it's just not closing strong enough just yet. That's what I need to wait for, really. Just like that, guys. Just like that. 21 smashed. Appreciate you all. Gold drops 650 ticks on the daily with no top wick. Yeah, that's this morning as well. That's what I was asking this morning on gold. Why was the volume so high on this market open? Like, why was the volume so high this morning? Because there were no real, other than the war news, I thought some other news might have come out. So I did a little bit of researching and digging this morning to why these markets gapped up and why we had these huge pushes on market open. Look, here. Because that's not a small move, guys. Look at that. Monday, closure. Tuesday, open. Huge push higher. That's not a small move. That's a big candle. Look at that. That's a big candle on the open. So I was just seeing what other news we had. And like I say, we had some news. Yeah, 15's closed bullish. Let's see how the bottom wick. If we get a bottom wick, I'll look for some half risk buys. My targets will be this level here as first targets. Looking for this big push higher, but I can't enter just yet until I get a bottom wick. XLM and XRP, nice. Buy a little each month. Yeah, I've still got XRP from ages ago. Yeah, I want buys here on Nasdaq. I need to wait for this to push down a little bit. When this pushes down, like here, I'll put it in. It is getting a bit choppy in here, though. I do understand that. Hourly, yeah, hourly could flip as well. Hourly could. What's 4 hours saying? 4 hours bullish, kind of. 30 and 15. Yeah, 30 could push up and take some of them highs first. Right. I just don't like this super choppy price action. I just don't like buying at a level. I'd rather just wait for a closure above here and then buy. But that closure on the 15 is telling me that price wants to go higher. Yeah, I've stopped buying crypto right now. I'm happy with the bags that I've got. Yeah, so this is the plan for me, guys. I'm going to wait now on NAS. To be fair, I was interested in taking some longs here on the rebreak of these highs. But the fact that we're super close to this level is telling me that I'd rather just wait to see if price is going to close above. If it closes above the level, then I'll take longs. Because this could play out and this could be a nice early entry, but it is a risky entry at this level. Price could chop about and take you out here. And I don't want to buy super close to this sort of structure. All right. Could this play out? Of course it could. This could be a nice little 15-minute push higher like so. But I'd rather just get above and then look to buy. All right. But I do fancy this pushing higher after this 15 closure here. Like I say, if it wasn't super close to this sort of structure, I would have taken it. But all eyes on this next 15/30 closure. 15 and 30 closure, I'd be looking for buys. Oh. What? Yeah, sorry guys, let me delete this. I'm not in this trade, by the way. I just thought I'd let you know I'm not in this trade. I'm waiting for a closure above here that I'll be looking for buys. Let's have a look at gold. Gold's doing nothing. Yeah, eyes on Nasdaq. Nasdaq's looking clean on this 30. So yeah, I'm watching this 30 for closes for some longs. Let me just update community members quickly too. Bang, bang, bang. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Yeah, markets have been a little bit messy today, to be honest. They've not been super clean, so don't worry too much. It's just got to trade. If the plan plays and it shows, then yeah, execute. If not, then there's not much you can do until it does show. Like, gold's showing absolutely nothing here. Not until, with gold, the only way I'd look for some sort of sells is back below this sort of structure here, and buys back above here. You know, you could play this range on gold, but you'd need some sort of volume to break above to set buys. Did you get fed up with results until you got the mental side right? Yeah, definitely, man. It's end of the day, like, when you, for me, like, the results came when I was just more patient with a plan and not wanting to be entering the market 2 to 3, 4, 5 times a day. Like, when I stuck to 1 to 2 trades, you know, 3 trades maximum in the day, or 1 to 2 trades per session, that was really the turning point. You know, I was so, like, when I was unprofitable, I was very itchy to enter the market all the time. But when you sit back and just wait for the plan to play out, then there's just no need to be like that. And that is literally the turning point. When you're happy with, you know, finishing the day down, but you stuck to the plan and you're happy. Or you finish the day up, but you don't feel the urge to enter anymore. That's the turning point, all right? See, this is Nasdaq just constantly ranging right now. Da-da-da. Do you think combines are pointless nowadays? I think combines are fine, mate. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you're trading. If you're not trading with a profitable plan, you're going to fail, okay? Because you're not trading correctly. You can trade, you know, a demo account. If you're not trading correctly, you're not going to make fit that demo money. If you're trading combines, if you're not trading a profitable plan that works long term, well, you're not going to pass them. So it doesn't matter what you trade. Like, you can trade instant accounts, combines. If you trade them correctly and consistently, well, you're going to be fine and you're going to make profit splits. It's having a plan and sticking to it that truly matters. But do I think they're pointless? No, I think they're great. Combines are quite easy to pass and they're quite good rules. Do I think that instant accounts are better? I think the instant accounts that we've got nowadays with top 1 are very, very good. And when you've got that opportunity, you should use it. You know, instant account for 230 quid, 250 quid, whatever it is. 150k instant. That's great for me. That's why I've got 3 of them. Gold buys incoming, potentially. Yeah, potentially. It depends how we close here. Yeah, if 30 closes bullish above this level, then I'd be interested, guys. I tell you what, if the hourly close is bullish too, that'd be perfect. Hourly 15 and 30 close bullish, then yeah. I'd be looking to take out these highs. Yeah, like sometimes I have a trade. Oh, one sec, guys. That was lucky. My camera had 1% on it. Yeah, that was very lucky. I rushed to put my camera on charge then. I literally saw it just before I think it were about to die. Let's have a look. Yeah, like sometimes I have traded for the sake of it when I'm at work, feeling like I need to make the most of the day. Yeah, it's nothing to do with that, mate. You know, you can feel like that and you can take a trade and it can put you like a couple of days back. You know, think of it like this. If you make, I don't know, $500 profit and that's taking you 2 days, on that 3rd day, you feel like you need to take a trade to make your day of it. And then you lose $400. You've like lost almost the 2 days of hard work sticking to the plan. It makes, like I say, I always say this, it makes no sense to do that. Do what makes sense, okay? Like, does it make sense to trade news? Well, no. Does it make sense to trade Friday at 8 o'clock, 15 minutes before the market closes? No. Does it make sense to trade not to plan? No. So don't do it. And that's the thing as well. Another thing, like losses. Another thing that you need to be happy with. Another thing that you have to be happy, or you have to be fine with taking losses. You know, you're in the game of losing. You know, even like with a 70% strike rate, every 10 trades or every 7 wins, 6 wins, you're gonna take 3 or 4 losses. You know, if you can't, you know, and it's not about taking the losses. The losses are fine. It's what you do after taking the loss. You know, if you take a couple of wins, and most people can take wins fine, they close the laptop when they've taken a win, they're happy. But what are you doing after you take a loss? That's what truly matters. You know, after a loss, most people are revenge trading or taking trades not to plan because they're trying to get that loss back. But when you take a win, you're not revenge trading and taking trades not to plan. Well, most people aren't, because they're happy with the win. So, you know, you need to ask yourself, what am I doing after my losses? What I'm not doing when I, like, you know, what are you doing after your wins and what are you doing after your losses? Well, most people after losses are revenge trading, not to plan, and getting into trades not to plan. Okay? Not to plan. Like with me, if I take a loss, I'm absolutely fine with that loss, but I'm not going to be, and all I'm going to be doing after the loss is taking another trade to the plan. Okay? And when you get to that stage where you can look at your P&L at the end of the day, and you can be, for example, negative $200 or negative 20 ticks, and you're happy with closing the laptop and coming back tomorrow, that's a big turning point for a lot of people. Hardest thing to master is your emotions and reactions after the loss. Yeah, 100%, mate. Yeah, you need to be emotionless as much as possible, because in trading, emotions will kill most traders. You need to be as emotionless as possible. So you see, like, that's why I mentioned a lot of people after a win will be happy, close the laptop, done for the day. But after a loss, will most traders be happy and done for the day? No, they'll be revenge trading trades that aren't even valid. Okay, and that's the difference between profitable traders and traders who blow up every other day. Well, profitable traders, they'll take a loss. If another valid entry doesn't present itself, they're done for the day. Unprofitable traders who are blowing accounts every other day or every week, they're taking a loss, not being happy with that, want to get back into the green, and then they start taking invalid entries. Okay? It's all about sticking to the plan, regardless if you win or lose. Okay? I have a short position on gold, 82s. Tell you what, it's a big short, that, man. Still holding, nice. Nice, man. When I lose, I feel like I wasted a day. It's annoying. Waiting for a trade all day and fail it. Yeah, it's just trading, man. We're in the game of losing. Yeah, I've been better when I've been more robotic, yeah. Like, just locking out after you've taken a couple of trades. If you take 2 losses, lock out. Not having to get that money back. People are so, like, people think that they have to make money every day. It's crazy. I've realized that you can never be 100% emotionless after a loss, but learning how to minimize the amount of times... Yeah, 100%. You're not going to be... Guys, do I still feel, you know... Do I still feel FOMO? One sec. Yeah, do I still feel FOMO? Of course I do. Do I still feel like, you know, if I miss a big move or if I get taken break even and it goes and flies to TP, do I still feel that emotion? 100%. The difference is, what do I do after I feel that emotion? I simply just don't act on it. Okay? Do I feel it? Yes, I accept it, that I feel it, and I just don't act on it. I'm not acting on FOMO. You know, if price pushes up like this, hits all my targets, well, I'm not entering as it's hit my targets up here, because what could price do? It could reverse and take me out. I'm simply just going to wait for the next valid entry. Okay? It's what you do after you feel the FOMO, after you feel that emotion, after you take a loss, what are you doing? Are you revenge trading? After you feel FOMO, what are you doing? Are you FOMOing into positions? Okay? It's the after effect of feeling the emotion if you're going to be profitable or not. Target 3,300. Nice. Basically hit it, mate. Almost hit it. Yeah, most people lose their accounts on Monday, and most people lose their accounts on Friday because they waited all weekend to get into the market. And they just absolutely go ham on buys and sells, and then they lose. And then they lose it on Fridays too, because guess what? They think that they haven't got the weekend to trade. I need to get all my positions in before I've got 2 days off, and then they just blow up because they're not valid entries. It's so true. Mondays and Fridays is where most people blow their accounts. I'm traveling Asia next year. Nice, Heed. Good stuff, bro. C30 now, man. Oh, Goldie's doing nothing. What's Nasdaq doing? Yeah, Nasdaq's just ranging sideways. 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 For a second. Yeah, guys, any questions or anything that you want me to look at, let me know. Let me know. Gold could create a decent little range here, to be fair. This could be a decent little range because you've got liquidity down here to take. Got a decent target down here to take. I like sells into these lows. So if this 15 closes below this range, I'd be looking for sells. Anything below 3309, I'd be looking to take out like 3300s. And then down into these down here. If it gets below. 8.2k profit running. Nice, man. Nice. Keep it going, bro. Hope you crush your target. Go in gym in a sec. Nice, Ashton. Get it in. Get it in, bro. How much do you need to get? You need to make 6%. 6% Deeks. That's the thing as well. With an instant account, you make 6%, you get paid out. You get paid out, alright? And with Top Step, you need 6% just to pass. So I think, you know, if you hit the 6% with Top 1, you basically only just passed an evaluation with Top Step. So you're getting paid out for just passing. If you think of it like that. Why is gold falling so much? Just because of the tensions that's easing in the war. This morning, on the market open, there was no real, like, it was only closed for an hour, but this gap that we had here, huge gap down. I didn't really see a reason for it. I did a little bit of research this morning and I found a reason. Same here, huge push higher. Found a couple of articles on it. why we gapped so much on the open. Why the volume was so high, why it was so high on the open. But other than that, it's basically just the war news. What is your view on the next support on gold? There's no real support. There's just these lows down here that need taking. Probably 3,300 is my next level to sell into. Like, you got 100 tick range there on gold if we start breaking back above. But Nasdaq's just ranging. No clear breakout just yet. No clear breakout. PA being so bad again, yeah. Not the cleanest, man. Not the cleanest, but I mean, we had a decent sell-off here on gold, but there's just no wicks to enter off. And like, looking at this here, I've only taken one trade on Nasdaq. It was here, but I got break even thinking that it would push higher. I'm still waiting for a breakout here, which is a clean range. We've got a clean range. I just need a breakout. If I get a breakout, I'll be happy. Is the hourly saying on gold? Yeah, hourly didn't even push up or break above 30. Yeah, next probably 30-minute candle. Probably 30 closure above to then go long. Ooh. Anybody who's using top one, how are your accounts going? How are you finding the Project X and stuff? Yeah, I'm gonna wait for this 15 to close in 7 minutes, guys. If it doesn't close above or below, then I'm gonna be done for this session on YouTube, guys. I'm just going to wait for this next 15 candle. If not, I'm going to be trading live in the community. If you see hourly or 15-minute time frame, there is a downward trend line resistance. Possibly. Hourly, let's have a look. I mean, I don't trade reverse trend lines like this. I think they're a bit... Nah, it can go anywhere, man. I don't like that at all. Project X is the reason I opened a top one, to be fair. As the same with Top Step. Love it. Yeah, Project X is insane. Project X is key. I don't really like executing on TradingView, but I really love this sort of top one or Project X platform. I think it's great. Like, I love how you've got all your orders here. You know, your profit, your loss, your accounts are all in one place. All the drawings too. Yeah, look at that price action. Nasdaq look good here, and it's literally gone sideways since. Wow. Look at the 15. I'm not taking any half risk in here. I might buy glasses for screens because staying Like, this wasn't... yeah, especially Nasdaq. Nasdaq's looking worse than gold now. Like, Nasdaq were looking better than gold, but gold's actually created a decent range here. Nasdaq's just chopping sideways. Look at that. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Unfortunately, one trade on stream, one basically, a little bit of profit. Nothing crazy, like $20 profit across 4 accounts. All I took was these buys here. All I took on stream were these buys. Okay, little push, hit me at break even, is what it is. So one trade on stream, one break even, we'll call it. Other than that, we've been sideways, look. Sideways here on Nasdaq. And if we look at gold, currently in this range here on gold. Can you see? Currently in this range here on gold. So what I'm going to be waiting for, let me update everyone. I'm going to be waiting for buys back above this level here. If we get some strong closes, into these highs up here. And for sells, back below 33.10. Into all these lows down here. Okay, so that is the plan for me on gold. I'm waiting for a closure, candle closure outside of this range for now. In terms of Nasdaq, I'm looking for, one second, on Nas. I'm looking for a breakout. Same as gold, look. Range on gold, look. In this range on gold, can't trade until I get a breakout. But same on Nas. Waiting for a breakout. Alright. So, candle closes I'm waiting for now outside of these ranges. You know, range 1 on gold, range 1 here on Nas. So, yeah. I'm waiting for a breakout on these two trades. If say we break above on Nas and close above, I'm going to be looking to trade into these highs and then into these highs here. But personally, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set some alerts up here. I'm going to set some alerts down here. And then on Nasdaq, or on gold, sorry, the same thing applies for me. I'm going to be setting some alerts here and then here. All right. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to be waiting for, guys. I'm just going to be waiting for it. I'm going to set some alerts at either side here and set some alerts up here and just wait for the breakout. All right. But that's me, guys. Yeah, Ether's in a bit, guys. Bye-bye. In a bit. First phase of the funding challenge done, but it's been more than a month working on passing the phase 2. It's tough. What are your thoughts on skipping the 10k funded and going directly for a 50k funded? It depends if you're ready, mate. Depends if you're ready. Like, if you've got a strategy that you know works, then scale. If you've taken payouts, scale. Scale the accounts. That's all that I do. I get payouts and then put it into more accounts. Or get payouts and put it into personal, whatever. But yeah. Yeah, good stream, guys. Good to see everybody here. If you're in the community, I'll update you and we'll trade these ranges. If we break out and something presents, we'll trade live in the private channels. Alright. If we break out, community members, I'll update you. Let's see if we can take some trades. Late US session. But anyway, if you're not in the community, guys, like I say, I'll see you tomorrow, same time here. Okay? Same time here. About 12:30, 1 o'clock on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe, put your notifications on, so you won't miss another live stream. Okay, guys? Andy, safe trading. See you, mate. Andy, see you there. See you tomorrow, mate. See you tomorrow. But yeah, that's me, guys. Trade safe and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.